Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today I am going to be painting this thing. So I wanted to do a sort of artsy video, but I'm not very good at art, so I was given this little painting kit for like, what are these delicate china things, a couple years ago, and I used it a little bit, but I never actually quite completed it. Now I had a little look. My paintbrush is somewhat unusable, so I found another one. Go away. I found another one, and I still have the paints, and thankfully they're in little containers that actually keep them in good quality, but I don't have the colours purple and light blue, but I have a little bit of dark blue left because of what I used in the past. Now I'm not going to show you my past creations because they are they're bad, but yeah, I just wanted to get straight in the video. Hope you guys enjoy, and yeah. I'm going to be painting this little love heart. I don't know why, I just thought I would, and I just realised if I get this on my desk, oops, and my top, because I don't actually have any newspaper down like I used to, so I'm just going to have to be careful. Thinking through this now, that's actually sort of not going to work, so I need some form of paper. That might help, I don't know. This is actually a box. In case you didn't know, I'm so scared to drop this. This is actually a little box, so yeah, I would tie my hair up, but I look stupid with my hair up. So just to save some time, I'm gonna open all these ones that work now. Oh, and look, you can even see it better with the podium. Didn't think of that. And I'm thinking about painting quite a bit of this red, like red on the outside and then maybe a pink interior. I'm not entirely sure. I was just going to try and make it up as we go along. Thought that one wasn't going to open that. Right, I've only opened the ones that we have. Oh god, I almost spilled that. That's not good. Yeah, I've only opened the ones that we actually have the colour of, so that I don't try. Oh no, I did not think this through. Hang on, I need to get my. Right, we're back, and we're gonna paint the tissue. This better not be stainable. Right, actually, I think I will tie my hair back because, you know. So, I'm not going to try and do a really cool design on it because I can't do cool designs. My hair's a mess. So yeah, I'm just going to try and make it as simple as possible. So I'm just going to try and paint this whole entire top red. I don't know how well this paint works either. I'm just hoping it's well. Can you see this? I'll show you the end result at the end as well. I might have to do 2 coats on this because, you know, this looks like very thin. You can see this like little paintbrush strokes, and you know I want that to be all directions, so I'm just going over it again now. I'm gonna sort of paint the edges as well. I think actually what I should do, will that stay? Bounce it left. Oh no, I did not think this through. No, we're gonna have to leave it the way it is. I was gonna try and take the lid off so I didn't accidentally paint on the end bit, but on the bottom bit, but that's not working out, so... Because not only when I manage to take it off, I will then have to try and put it back on without letting it dry, because I'm super impatient, which definitely won't work. So I'm just going to leave it on. This is why no one lets me paint. I'm so bad at this. Right. So that's the top part done. I will definitely have to give this a second coat. Yeah, purely because it just looks really splodgy. Ah, got it on the bottom bit. Splodgy at the bottom. Oh, the paint stinks. Oh, it really does smell. I don't know what I'm actually going to do for the bottom bit. Like, I'm acting so careful around it, like I'm not going to do it in that colour. But my initial thing was to do it in that colour. I don't know if I've caught it all the way around or not. I'm too scared to move it. Move it at the bottom, actually. Okay, so the lid isn't fixed on, because, you know, then I won't be able to use it as a box like it is. So I can't really like lift it up properly to show you, but I'm just sort of painting on the edges at the moment. The edges that I missed. Right, I think that's all of it, because I can see the front. Right, so this is sort of the first bit. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great either. I mean, this paint dries fairly quickly. Oh. So yeah, you just have to be really careful with it. Right, what do I want on the bottom? I don't really want white because it's already white. I don't really want orange. Pinks for the interior. Nothing else out of all the colours I have really work, so I feel like the whole thing is going to have to be red. This is so difficult because I don't want it to look weird. Nah, it's going to have to be red. Nothing else works with this. So we brush down. So scared someone's going to interrupt my filming because I didn't actually tell anyone in my house that I was filming. So anyone could interrupt at any moment and I'm going to have to edit it out. So, you know, I'm hoping they don't. What am I doing? I'm brushing in the wrong direction. I was just sitting in my room thinking, what can I do? I'm bored. And so I saw my paints and I thought, why not? There's me trying to move this thing around. I've got a podium I've stuck it on. Why can't I move that? I swear, sometimes I have no common sense. Like, I really worry about my common sense sometimes, you know. I feel like I might have to put music over this video because I'm not saying anything a lot, because, you know, what is there to say when you're painting a love heart? Little... What even is this? I don't even know what this is. I just saw it and thought, you know what, why not? Because it was either this or a tiny, tiny photo frame, which I thought was going to be much bigger. Or a little vase thingy. and the vase had a funny shape and I didn't really like it. So if I ever do make that vase, slash paint the vase because it's already been made, then I'm gonna have to give it to someone as a gift because, you know, I don't like it. I've got two sides to the paintbrush and I'm using one side, and every time it runs out I'm just wasting more paint by dipping it in again. This podium, what the hell? It's not even a podium though. I don't even know what to call it. I'm just calling it a podium because it's a podium for the love heart thingy. Okay, so if I'm going to show you this, it's going to have to be on the podium. So it's literally red all round, and as you can see, there are multiple spots I have missed. But don't worry, I'll go over it again. Now, is the top dry? It is! Would you look at that? Dries fast. Okay, I'm scared that the more I paint over this, the worse the colour will get, but like the worse the white bits will be able to be. Oh no, it actually gets a lot better. Oh, this is interesting. Oh no, it doesn't. You can't go over it 50,000 times. It'll just not work anymore. Ollie, stop doing that. I'm arguing with myself right now. It's actually quite sad. Ollie, you make it worse. That's it. Pat down instead. There we go. Right. I feel like the more I paint, the more white splodges come up. I think if you just do a second layer, it's alright, but if you like keep going over it, the paint gets picked up again by the paintbrush, and then all of a sudden it just doesn't work. Like this corner here, I have to sort of like dab it on and hope that that will dry properly. Because I'm also trying to save the rest of the red for the rest of this lead art, because I have to go over it all again, not just the top. So, painting's a difficult skill when you're limited. Did anyone else just see that bug go next to me? Better stay away. Because everyone knows that I don't bode well. What does that even mean? I don't bond with bugs. Animals? Fine, as long as you're not dangerous ones. Insects and bugs. Anything with more than 4 legs is an issue to me. We'll go with that. I figured that out. I am terrified of spiders. I don't know why we're talking about this, but you know, let's talk about this. Terrified of spiders. Ow! Why am I saying ow? That's not hurting. Why would this hurt? I'm losing all the paint. Just dab it on there. Just dab it on. When it dries, if you move it with a paintbrush, it gets super annoying. It's like, no, you shall never have perfection. That looks so bad. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, that looks... Sorry for anyone who's wearing headphones, that much screech it is. I'll try and turn that down with editing. I've almost got like no red left. The pains of trying to make this go. This is sad. You know what? Come to a point now where it can stay like that. Why didn't I do it the way I'm doing it now from the first time round? Look at it. It's doing excellent. No, it's going bad because I'm running out of paint. Screech! Am I saying screech? I'm sorry. I'm weird. I don't think I am going to paint the bottom purely because who looks at the bottom, you know? Oh, that was a bit I was meant to leave. Can you see what this paint does though, guys? Like, and it stinks, I'm not even lying. It smells like so bad. This thing is good. I turn it to see the most horrific thing in the world. Ugh. Please never again shall I see that. I feel like the trick with this is the parts that you can't get now, wait for it to dry and then go over it, because that's when it stops removing the paint and instead it places the paint on. I'm learning so much about the art of paint. Right, okay, I think apart from that little splodge there, that I have now perfected the outside. What do you think? Obviously it looks a bit splodgy now because it's not dry. But I think this is going good. Right, is it dry on some part? Oh, that part of it's dry, that bit's not. Good. I have got a mirror there, by the way. It hasn't splodged on the back. Where are the dry parts? All around here, okay. Do I dare to lift? I dared to lift. Feel like, is anyone gonna, whoa, careful. Is anyone gonna look on the inside? Well, obviously, I meant on the lid. I feel like we'll leave that to the entire of the lid. I did not think that. It's better to paint with your fingers, you know. Sorry about that. You fell. That sounds so ridiculous. But ew. Yeah, the camera fell down, so I had to pick it up again, and you know, I decided just to cut to the point where you were back up rather than just keep filming. We're on now onto the interior. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna go heavy on this colour, because one, I want to leave some pink for future use, and two, I like the nice light colour we've got going on here. The pink tint but white sort of colour. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm going to go super light with this one. Whereas red, I feel like it needs to be a bold statement. What am I saying? I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about. Trust me, I don't. I know nothing about paint and nothing about art, so please don't think I do. This looks horrible. This is the worst. Sorry. This is the worst technique I've ever seen. The paint. I just realised something. I've been blinding you guys. That's better, isn't it? I'm sorry. I mean, I can see less now, but, you know, you can see more, so that's what matters, I guess. Ah! When the red combines with the pink and, you know, doesn't look right. The red is too dominant for the pink. Right. I think we will paint the lid on the inside, you know, because we've got some extra pink. And you never know, someone might look at it and think, oh, why is this the only white part of the heart? And then I won't know what to say. I don't know what I'm expecting people to do with this, like, I don't know if I'm going to use it as a jewelry box or anything. That was my original intention. Like, that's what I was going to use it for at first. Ouch. That didn't hurt. Why am I saying ouch? I don't know why, but over the years I sort of developed a strange thing, like a strange habit, for saying ouch when things touch me, even though it doesn't hurt. I really don't know why. I just have. The interior of this is awful. And the podium's shaking around like crazy. I feel like once that dries, that won't look as terrible as what it looks like now. That's not an opinion, that's a hope. Right. Now, is this dry? Sort of. Ah! No, it's not. Okay, so there's one part of it that isn't dry, but this half is. So I'm going to risk it and turn it over. I'm hoping it ends well. Also, this paint applies better with your fingers than the paintbrush, but I ain't finger painting, so you're not gonna get that. You can try all you want, but you will not succeed in that. Although I'm pretty sure you don't want to see that anyway, because, like, who came on here to watch a teenager finger paint? This must be so boring to watch though. Like, I thought this would be more interesting. Maybe I should have done this with someone else, because then they could laugh at how bad I am at this. Oh my god, right, you know what? I am finger painting. This actually works so much better with fingers, I'm not even gonna lie. This is like going in the title. Finger painting. Finger painting sounds weird. No, I'm gonna call it painting with my fingers. Which is what finger painting's meant to be, but you know, I don't like that name. I need a new finger for a little touch up of the red. I literally am painting with my fingers right now. What has my life come to? Right. Not a bad effort from fingers. I mean, it's very bad for the pink, but the red turned out okay. I need to wipe my hands. I should really use a wipe, but you know, can I be bothered? Actually, yes. So I'm changing the angle you're on now because the camera fell for the second time, and you know, that obviously makes it a bad angle. But yeah, you got to see me actually paint from that angle from that point. I'm just now washing my hands off, and then I'm going to try and show you the final product. I just need to wipe this off my hands first. All the red and getting it on my clothes. Never once have I used a makeup wipe for paint. Is there any on here? Because this is my desk. I don't really want paint splodged all over it, no. I was good on terms of paint, and I'm glad I used this podium because, oh my god. I don't know if you can see this. I don't think you can actually. Can I? What part of this is good to touch? And then this part is good here. Yeah, like, whoa, almost fell. Look at the amount of mess around that love heart. So yeah, like, I'm glad I used this weird podium thing that I found. Right. That's annoying. Okay, so this was my attempt at painting, which turned into painting with my fingers. I just washed my hands and now I'm just dirtying them again. What? Oh, I need to paint with my finger again. Right. So yeah, this is what it looks like on the outside. Just a plain box, and then the inside is just plain little light pink. So these two here are the two colours I used. Now I don't know if you can see this, but there isn't actually a lot left. I didn't use any of the other colours, so I'm just going to close up every single last colour before I spill it everywhere, because you know it's gonna happen. Oh god. And then we've got this colour. Whoa. So, I swear these are like set up like these when I first bought them, and I had to separate them or something. But anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment what videos you would like next, or just basically comment anything. So yeah, I love you guys all very much, and I will see you in the next video.